Okay, a very good morning and welcome everyone for those who tune in with us in this beautiful Friday morning. So in this morning, we have Oretha, the CEO and also the founder from Oretha Senior Care, where today she will be sharing with us how she started her business, and also the experiences and also the learning that she has with us today. So at the same time, to also remind everyone, so I believe for those who join in today, have also interested to start a business, to also remind everyone, the Alpha Start Out for Women Pre-Accelerator program for us is still opening and will be closing soon in 2 more weeks at 19 February. So please make sure you yourself register before the deadline, which is it will be for after Chinese New Year. So without further ado, we'll pass the floor to Oretha, which she is already ready online to share with us her story today. So passing over to you, Oretha, for your sharing.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Leming, for this opportunity and 137 Ventures for this opportunity this morning to share my journey as an entrepreneur. Um, so this is something which is one of my dreams, which I never thought would actually come true, but well, here I am after 5 years. So my name is Oretha Herrera. Everybody thinks that I'm a foreigner because I'm always get charged for extra taxes when I go for holiday, but I'm not. Purely third generation Malaysian, born and bred in Johor. I come from a family background of mixed parentage of Filipino, Thai, and Chinese, and coming from this type of background, there's so much of diversity, and the upbringing is totally different from the normal traditional Asian family. So a little bit about my background. I'm actually a graduate of fashion and textile designing, uh, and I actually oh, okay, oops. Yeah. So I started my journey actually wanting to be a fashion designer. I did fashion and textile designing, graduated in it. Did retail for a few years, and I realized that I'm a type of person that I'm very curious about what is happening around my surroundings and always wanting to learn more because my parents have always taught us to be curious about the things that's around us, always be a learner. You're not sure about anything, ask, and never be afraid to ask the most stupidest question. And that has actually helped me in many ways in my journey towards my opening up the business. So throughout the whole journey, 15 years I was working in corporate. My mindset was that that was the way to go, right? Thinking that I got to work hard, um, build up my career, climb the corporate ladder, and everything. But towards the end of it, I couldn't find that type of fulfillment. I didn't want to get stuck in that rut, thinking, is this what it is going to be after I retire, or even will I even retire at that 60 or 70 years old age of mine? And at the end of the day, I said, like, you know what? Heck it. I don't want to run this corporate thing anymore. I just want to be a homemaker. So that was what I thought it would be. But things changed along the way. Um, a lot of things that came along on the personal front of it. In 2008, I did leave my corporate job to be a homemaker slash business partner with my husband and help him in running his t-shirt and uniform business. Something which I kind of like reluctantly did because I was enjoying the perks of being in the corporate world. But then again, my heart was also like, it's like half half. You want to do this, but you want to be at home with the kids and all that. And 2010, I got pregnant with my fourth child, which was a major turn around for the family because I decided at that time was like I'm going to concentrate on bringing up my family, spending as much time as I could with my children, and in the meantime, helping out my husband's business, building it up, and I couldn't find, I still couldn't find my happiness towards what I wanted to do. Then the biggest blow came in 2010 when my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Uh, the doctor had given him just 3 months to live, and we didn't know how to go about with it, even though I had experience taking care of my maternal and paternal grandmothers. But yet, when it comes to your own dad, it's a totally different ball game altogether. So, what happened on during this time is that I traveled a lot to Seremban. My parents are in Seremban. That's my dad. I will always remember him as the healthy man. I have very little photos of my father being sick because I always wanted to have the best memory of him with me. So in 2010, early 2010, I was traveling a lot to Seremban, being pregnant. And it's during this time that there's a lot of time that I could actually have deep conversations with my dad. And my parents have always been such an encouragement to me because they look at life at a very, very different perspective. They are the people who actually encourage me um, to be humble and to really serve people around because I see them doing it in their own time. And that has really inspired my brothers and myself as well. And during this time, I went and talked to my dad while in the hospital. Um, the things about life, things about giving opportunities to people. And then while I was sitting in Seremban GH, right, everybody who goes to government hospitals, you can see, you know how long it is to wait and you have the world pass by in front of you. And I love to people watch. Yeah, that's my greatest hobby, people watch. And I realized that in the Seremban GH, right, it is the main hospital for all the other 9 districts in Negeri Sembilan. All the smaller towns they come in and all that, and every one of them is a senior citizen. And I can tell you, most of the people when we were there, right, they are lost, right? They look so blurred, they don't know where to go, they can't navigate themselves, they don't understand what the nurses are talking and everything. And I saw that gap there. I saw the thing that was missing. Um, After so many months of sitting in the hospital, I told my dad, I said, Daddy, you know what? See all these old people, right? So kasihan, look at them, they're so blurred, they do not know what they're doing, there's nobody with them. And that really broke my heart, okay? So I said, Daddy, one day, you know what? I'm going to start a service that would really help the senior citizens to understand what they're going through and really help them to be a friend to them. And my dad said, that's a very good idea. You work on it, but you don't have to wait for that one day. You can even do it now. And so that time onwards, right, whenever we are waiting, I try to help and see what I can do. And it really gave that really great feeling. It's not about boosting the ego, but it's just a very genuine thing that came from me, and I really enjoyed it. So fast forward, so what happened was that my dad passed away in July 2010, right? Just after his birthday. And I moved on and I tried so many things to really contribute to the household. I was still not working. I was still a unpaid driver to my children, but I think that was the great investment I could ever do to my family, was to be with the family, be with the children as they were growing up. But I couldn't sit still. I'm a very fidgety person. I'm a type of person who likes to try so many things. Whether it works out, whether it fails, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that I tried. Right? So I helped out with my husband's business. At the same time, I sold t-shirts online. I tried baking, and I was so curious about Grab driving. Right, I actually became a Grab driver, and I absolutely loved it because I'm a very people person, and I really enjoy the time that I met up with people, and I get tips from from all my passengers, right? And that was like, wow, it's like I'm a very simple person. Simple things really make me happy, and I really, really enjoyed it. But still, there was something that's still nagging me, right? It's like, I still have something that's still holding me back. And I wanted to know what was it. And I prayed, and I asked God, it's like, what is it? That's something that I need to do. And I know it, but I just can't get it, right? So what happened? In 2019, I decided to uh, join a online mom support group called Caring Mom. What they do is that they support mothers who are running their own business from home. And I joined and I went for a talk, and I then just 2 weeks before I went in for their support group face-to-face meetup. The thought of running that senior concierge. The word concierge came in. Why I use the word concierge? Because in the hotel, right, the concierge does everything for everybody, correct? So I said, yeah, I have a lot of time, I have a lot of patience, and it doesn't cost me money at all, okay? And I love to sit down and talk to people, all right? So after the session at this online support group, I met up with the founder and I had shared with her um my idea, and she's like, "Hey, that's a wonderful idea. Nobody has done it in KL, so it's very niche." I said, "Yeah, I know it's very niche, but will anybody pay me that much or not, right?" So she's like, "Don't worry. If you are very positive about your product, it will sell, it will go." So I held on to it. I want to it. And then I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I spoke to my husband, I spoke to some friends, I said, will you do this and everything? So yeah, it's a good idea and everything. And so I started doing a research, check in Malaysia, was there any company was operating any sort of services, but sadly I couldn't find. Um, but the best thing was that my husband found a business plan that was based in the US, was exactly what I wanted it, and I downloaded it and I read it and I said, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. But deep inside me, I was like, oh no, I'm cringing, right? First thing, first business, don't know what to do, right? I think every one of you would understand how that feeling is actually. So I just trusted God. I said, I'll do it. I'll just do it. Okay. Like Nike said, I used to work when I came to Malaysia. I said, okay, let's do it. Just do it. So what happened? 15 June 2019 was the first of everything. It started from there onwards. I set up the play, just a very simple name, just senior concierge services that was set up. The full target was it's a non-medical service to accompany seniors for hospital appointments and companionship. Just that door-to-door service. Pick up our clients from their home. We assist them throughout the whole process of the the doctor's consultation, pick up the medication, explain it to the seniors, be with them, and take them out for lunch, and that's it. Send them back home. So I was very specific about my clientele. I knew who were my market, and I targeted that. Most of my seniors are actually independently living by themselves. So they're very mobile, they're very active, but yet they are very worried when they go out by themselves because of taking the grab. What if they what if they've fallen down? And what if they went to the toilet and they called the number and then they missed out the appointment? You know, all the fears and anxiety that comes along them. So I totally understand that feeling. After 2 weeks, I got my first client. This is my papa. She's such a lovely lady. I was so worried about how she's going to accept me, because the important thing is for them to trust me because I'm an outsider. And I really tried my best. And I just trusted my instincts and I went for it and I really enjoyed my time with her because she accepted me. The second round when I met her, she was still like looking forward to it. The third, fourth round, when after I went and visit her, chit chat with her, when she started holding my hand, I knew that I gained her trust. That is a very simple sign from seniors. When they trust you, they allow you to hold their hand, they allow you to listen, to share and listen to their story. They allow you to be part of their uh, sadness, happiness, anger, everything. And that's where we need to build that trust with them by keeping it very confidential. And onwards, I tell you, it just snowballed. Everything it was just through recommendation, and word got out into places like in Australia. Malaysians who are living in Australia, US, and Singapore. Australia was my biggest hit, and I started networking a lot with Malaysians who are based overseas. And I have very good friends and family who have supported me and shared through my Facebook, social. I was just hustling, lah, okay, as much as I can. And for 1.5 years, I would say about more than 1 year plus, I did it all by myself without anyone because I wanted to be on the ball with what I'm getting myself into. I went to every hospital. I got lost in a hospital with my seniors, and I learned the ropes of it. I learned about the procedures, the SOPs, and from there, that's how I build up my own SOP for my staff and for myself to always make sure that uh, our check and balance is always properly done accordingly. So I have few milestones that I want to highlight today. So in 2019, when I started, and I thank God we have this thing called Canva. As you can see, the very immature design, very simple. I did all the designs myself in 2019. So proud of myself. I said, wow, not bad. As long as you get through the whole understanding what my services is all about. So in 2019 as well, this idea came to me. If I were to expand, I wanted to give job opportunities as well. There were things that the main two things is that to support the senior community, and to give job opportunities to senior citizens, single mothers, and homemakers. I understand that part because I was in that position when I was a homemaker, was trying to find a part-time job, and there was nothing that paid very well as well. And I was very clear about how much I was going to pay. But yet again, I was not too sure whether anybody's going to pay that much to me, right? And I wanted to have fair salary for my part-timers who work with me because I want to sustain them. I want to groom them. I want to encourage them and empower them to grow with me. And I didn't know that it's going to be as what it is today. And at the end of 2019, when I thought about after 1 year of running the business, when I thought about already expanding the business, I was in touch with one of my cousin's friend, Audrey, who became a homemaker. She was from the advertising agency, and we were catching up because she became a homemaker. And I was sharing with her my experiences, my ups and downs, and everything. And then one day I just asked her, "Hey, actually, what you do last time?" So she told me what she was doing and everything. And so that I said, "Hey, since you have so much of talent, so why don't you do for me all my branding and my logo, my marketing for me? But I'll pay you fairly." You know what? Then from there we started off, and in 2020, I rebranded my business to Oretha Senior Concierge Services. She did this logo. I always want my logo to be happy, fun, because number one, it has to be fun. Doesn't mean that you're a senior, you're boring. That is passé, please. That is in the past. The future is that the seniors are the ones who will be empowering the next generation if you allow them to be part of your community. So in 2020, I started this new logo. I was like, wow. Everybody saying, yes, you must put your name there. I said, wow, it's just too much, to see my name there. Then no, they need to identify the service is to who? To you. Even my brother told me, put your name, put your name, put your name. I said, okay, fine, fine, fine. So I did it. Wow, this is like, I look at it, I said, I really love this logo so much. I resonate with it, right? And wherever I go, I'm like so proud of giving all my cards and everything. And it was a real game changer. For 4 years, I built up the brand Oretha Services. And I never knew that it would be what it is today when this year, 2024, I rebrand again to the word Oretha, as you can see from this logo here. Oretha's resonate to what's going to be a one-stop medical solution where everything is under one roof. That is going to be the concierge, the senior travel, the daycare, homes, medical equipment. We want to be the one-stop solution for our clients, current clients, and our future clients. The second milestone was that I had a website. I never thought that I would actually have a website. So excited, very simple. I said, make it simple, make it straightforward. People can just find for me and get what they want. Important is they can contact me. I am still the type of person that I talk to my clients. So I think that's very important. Those who want to run a business, it's very important to have this customer relationship, that they need to understand who you are and what your story will convince and close it. So that's still at the end of the day. So the website, we are also changing it right now. We are in work in progress right now for orethas.com, and that will be out hopefully by early next few months. And the third milestone, wow, was my biggest achievement is like to have a team. I ran it for a year plus, and I said, who's going to work with me? So I knew who was my target people. I was going to get them in my team. So in November 2020, I had my first concierge, which is a very young lady, my friend's daughter. She worked with me for a while. And then in 2021, I expanded to 7 concierge. As you can see from this group here, it was our first gathering together. Uh, all of them you can see are silverheads, but young in heart. And in 2022, 2023, around that we expanded from 7 to 18. And as of today, I've got 27 concierge, 3 full time for the upcoming daycare center. People say, ah, yeah, 27. Hey, that is my achievement. I always tell myself, don't let anybody bring down your bubble. I think everybody has to remember that. If you never think you can achieve the 27 for me, like, wow, this is a great achievement. I can tell you that my team members as well, they empower me as I empower them. They are a great team. And I really love them a lot. And this is the latest sport milestone. This week, we got our keys to a property in SS3 to start our senior daycare center. This is something that the final, in my plan at the beginning, this is the final that I have always dreamed of, a place where seniors can come in within the community to be part of the activities, to be part of a learning place where they can come here safely to enjoy and have a social life and make social friends along the way as well. This is situated right at the residence of SS3 for 78. Um, when I saw this place, I saw it in iProperty. I've passed by SS3 many times, but I don't know why I never seen this place. But when I saw this place, I said, I'm going to make this um, something different. And I spoke to my business partner about it. It's like, let's go and see it. Okay. And even though there was many hurdles to get through it, um, I trusted God and I prayed. I said, if this is what your will is to be, this is going to be ours. And true enough, after a few months, we got the keys for this property. It's such a wonderful experience. The day when I stood there taking this photo, the real estate agent took a photo with me. I said, please take a photo. And the skies was so blue, even though it was so hot. But I knew it was the start of a new beginning, not only for myself, but the people and the community around it. So these are the pictures of all. I have so many pictures of my team members with my seniors and all that, right? And you can see every picture is a fun outing. I don't that doesn't mean that going to the hospital is no fun, but make it fun for them. You can see they are genuinely very happy. And what's the best thing is that my staff get to even learn more about the seniors, their trials they've gone through, their happiness they've gone through, and they see themselves in 10 or maybe a few years ahead, how life at 70 or 80 or 90 is going to be, and I always remind them, even for myself, we must take care of ourselves now because we are seeing how our future is going to be within the next few years. Yeah. So happy faces, enjoying a meal. That's what we do. Companionship. We take them out. We go to KLCC Park. We go to the bird park and all that, right? Hey, simple things, right? The most simplest thing that ever made my client happy was walking in the supermarket aisle. You know why? Because they've not been going out, and that was a start how we get them out of their inclusion, right? To be part of the social activities again. Simple thing. Bring them up for a meal. Be a listening ear. That's the good thing in this business if you want to get into aged care. So what is the journey ahead? The journey ahead for me, I find that it's always about persevering. Firstly, I always thought that I would never run a business. I could never run a business because I'm not cut out for it. But as life changes along the way, right, our perspective and our challenges, our perspective and things change along the way. And situation that changes our mind, right, helps us to understand the bigger picture. For me, I persevered when I knew there was a gap in the community. And I wanted to know how, as one person, I'm not going to change the world. I'm not going to make anything a huge impact. That's what I thought. But I persevered and I told myself I'll do the best that I can. The last thing I wanted was not do anything and then I in a few years down the line, I regret saying I should have done that. Or I could have done that. I always tell my children, whatever you do, you work hard for it. You persevere. Do it the best that you can. Challenge yourself. I challenge myself because I know I'm a very um la-di-da person. Okay, if you know what's a la-di-da person, a person is a very like too chilled. Yeah? Um, but I challenge myself. I said, if you don't do this, I talk to myself every other day in the mirror. I said, you can do this. If you don't do this, you are going to do blah 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 blah. You know, sometimes I kind of very hard on myself. But I tell myself, yes. I wake up every morning. I say, I thank God I'm alive. Number one. Number two, I'm going to give the best to my seniors. Number three, I'm going to empower somebody today. The fourth one, I always say to myself, I will always take care of myself first, then my family. That's how I challenge myself. So I remember this all. The third thing, be an encourager. Don't be a discourager in anything. Simple things. Great job. Thank you. Please. Simple things. Open up the door. I said thank you to all the Bangladeshi, Kaka, toll person, everything. I tell them thank you. Thank you so much for helping. Thank you for your services. Thank you for throwing my rubbish. Because when we are an encourager, you do not know what the person is doing. That simple thank you, that simple please makes a lot of difference. And that is something I impart a lot to to my children as well and to the people around. If you're not going to be an encourager, keep your mouth quiet. Don't say anything. And fourthly, I think that's like the most important thing that I could never forget is to have faith in God. I wouldn't have done this, what I'm doing right now, if I didn't trust what God had a plan for me. And I trusted myself to say that, if I'm going to do something, I want to be an impact for what God has for me in my community. I'm always about community. I'm always about the people who are in a dire need of anything. Whoever that I find that there's always been in need for something, I know that comes from God that gives me in my heart to act out that mission. Have faith in God in what His plans, which is much more bigger than ours. So my story today is that I was given a second chance to go into a life where I thought that I could never run into it. And I really appreciate people who have given me all these chances, my parents, my family, really, and God as well. That because without that, right, I couldn't have transformed my mind and myself to be a better person. And I believe I've seen myself who I was 30 years ago and today, I'm a totally different person. And also because the perspective of wanting to learn, I always want to learn more from other people, whether they are young or they are older than me. I always take the opportunity to ask. Don't be afraid to ask the stupidest question. Trust me, to learn. And because you're honest to tell people that I really don't know, people will believe you. People will share with you, and people will teach you to be better. So I just want to encourage everyone who's online today that um, just remember, persevere, challenge yourself, be an encourager, and have faith in God that everything will go according to plan if you open ourselves. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Oretha, for sharing what Oretha Senior Care does and also your love and patience. I think the most important about what you are doing currently. So I think for now, we can open for space to Q&A. So for the audience today, if you have any questions or the things that you wish to get to know more from Oretha, feel free to drop it in the chat box and we will be addressing it now. So the questions is about what is your company next 3 years plan for Oretha? And are you taking in any new partner or what type of marketing strategy that you are going to execute?
So for the next 3 years, we are first thing for the daycare. We are currently having the first one in PJ. Our focus is to expand the business, the daycare, after a year, to around Klang Valley. to identify the areas that we can look into, whether it's Puchong, Cheras, or Subang. And for the concierge as well, we are expanding our services as well to homes. Currently, I work with four other aged care homes where I'm the service provider for their concierge services for hospital appointments. And we're going to extend it to a few other homes that we have identified. Not only just for the concierge service, but also for senior outings as well. So senior outings meaning that we will organize social trips for each individual homes according to their own bubble so that we don't have to mix with two other homes and all that. And as well as looking into working with the B40 group, okay, like talks with Kebajikan on how we can support them on the concierge services as well. So we're not only looking just at with direct customers that we have, but we want to work with the government as well with the B40 the government run homes as well. Okay. And in the meantime as well to work together with corporate companies to work on CSR projects with us, helping them to understand about aging, yeah, intergenerational inclusion of the young and together with our seniors from the daycare center. Okay. So currently I am not taking in any partner. Okay. Currently I have one partner, and so yeah, basically I'm not taking in for the time being lah. And so our marketing strategy is actually more to target on how to build up the understanding of aging in our society. I'm looking forward if we could even work together with NGOs and as well as government companies that we can try to extend uh, to even to corporate companies about how important it is for the seniors to be inclusion into our current society. A lot of them who are staying alone, they don't have support of many of the people around them, the community. So we try our best as much how we can bring that up so that we can, what I'm doing right now, right, it's not even touching everyone around where the areas they are at currently. There's more to it. So I think for the outer reach to spread ourselves more on how we can reach out to the senior communities, work together with uh, NGOs, with the government, Kebajikan. I think that's very important. And as well, getting connected with other sorts of network groups who are Malaysians who are based overseas, how we can even with the local council in wherever the aduns are and all that, right? How we can be support and work together to make it better for the community of the seniors at the area as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Oretha. I think we have also a few more questions that's coming in. How do you motivate yourself every day to keep on going and not to give up?
How I motivate myself, I look in the mirror and say, you better buck up and do the best that you can. I know. I tell myself, like I said, every morning when I wake up, I'm just so thankful that I'm alive. I give thanks to that. And what keeps me going is my seniors, um, and my team. And so my colleagues always tell me, I cannot understand how you can remember everything about our clients. I said, because I take time to read through everything that you write. So that's why I've cut down a lot of meeting of my own clients. I've given it to my colleagues to handle it. And I want to have more time to see what I can do to make the company better and to care for the people that I know, my seniors and my team members. That's how I motivate myself.
Okay.
Besides telling myself you
Straightforward.
better buck up. Very straightforward.
Yes. Okay. I think we have also questions about the ventures that you're working on. So we have questions from Hui Min asking about what is the expected pay or income for a concierge delivering daycare services. Yeah.
Okay. So the concierge service is charged by the hour. Okay, I charge 45 ringgit per hour, inclusive of transportation for PJ and KL only. And currently, I've also expanded my services to Seremban. I have a colleague there as well. Yeah. So Seremban people, if you're there listening, yeah, we are in my hometown. So that's 45 ringgit per hour, minimum 2 hours. Yeah. And so the daycare center, we are charging at 2005 per month, Monday to Friday. Yeah. 8 to 6, which is inclusive of 2 meals and lunch. Yeah. So that is the daycare service. Currently, for transportation, we are still trying to work it out for those coming for daycare, but we are in plans of working it out to see how we can make it easy for our seniors to come to our daycare.
Okay. Can. So this question is from Hui Yin. Probably she want to be part of you as well. Okay, one last question in the chat. How's your fundraising journey going till date? And also any advices for female founder when pitching their ideas?
Yeah, so how's the fundraising journey? To tell you the truth, this was my first time doing this fundraising, right? And for me, it felt really intimidating because I've never got myself involved in um an event like this before. But my partner is very good because he's very confident. Like, don't worry, I've got this, And when I went through the fundraising, I was like, wow, so many people to talk to, and really, it was an eye opener for me. Um, it was very intimidating, and I didn't know how to deal with it actually. But after going through it, like I feel like what they want at the end of the day is to hear your story and what is your purpose and your plan for the company for them to invest into it. I think that was very important. And I think the advice that if you want to say about what I can give about going through something like a fundraising is to be very straightforward. Be straightforward. Be genuine, right? Be yourself. Um, I've always believed that I do get intimidated when I see some of them. Wow, they present like so corporate, so good. I'm like, oh, wow, very good presentation. And here I am, like, so simple and all that. But I'm very thankful. I have very supportive partners who can really help me through this and all that. I think be real about your business. Be clear of your journey and be very clear about how much or what you need to be done and how you're going to execute with that money and what is the plan for the next few years to see, And when you speak to your investors face to face, share them that journey, share them that experience that you have gone through to be at where you are today.
I think it will be a useful tips for those who are ready to fundraise and pitch. Okay. Oh, we have more questions coming in. Do they have beds for senior to lie down during daycare? I think probably people just want to understand a bit more
Correct,
the infrastructures, for the daycare service.
Yeah, so the daycare, we will not have beds, but we have like what do you call it, like resting bay, like recliners for them to rest. Yeah, just for them to rest. So what we want is for them to actually be up and active most of the time. The only time they will be kind of like having a resting period after lunch and all that. So we just have like recliners and sofas for them to rest.
Okay. Hope that answer your question for Joto. Think last questions. If we are interested in your services, how do we contact you and any information about your packages?
Okay. So if you want to know more about my services, you can actually drop me a line. Okay. I'm not sure whether we will be putting our number there in learning.
Yeah, I think we can share your contact if
Yeah.
any one of them ask for it. Yeah.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, you can get in touch with me, and I will be personally talking to whoever the person have asked that question. I can share with you what are our packages and more about our daycare center as well.
Yeah, they can also get the information on your website.
On my website, yes. On my website,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I think we have addressed all the questions that we received from our RSVP form and also in the chat. Okay, maybe just one last thing, right? So any advices for those who are going to start their own business before we end the call? Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I shared in my last slide, is that just challenge yourself, be genuine, uh,
Mm.
just be yourself, and focus on is the what is the purpose of your business. And I think that's one thing that you need to do. Be focused on it, be passionate about it, and when it really comes
Yes.
from your heart, it just very different at all. When you talk to your clients, they will see how genuine you are. So always don't never overpromise. If you can do it, do it. You cannot, zip it up. Always say, zip it up. Just be yourself and just have a passion for it and keep going for it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for the
Welcome.
advices and ending. Just love what you are doing and
Thank
you will
you.
be able to continue. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much
Right.
again. And also for those who are hearing, if you are in resonate or if you are in love with what Oretha is doing, so do support them, be part of the solutions of what Oretha is sharing as well. So you can invest in Oretha through the ECF campaign in our lead capital and also scanning through this QR code on this slide as well. And lastly, before ending the call, just a reminder again for those who have interest in starting your business or who want to refine on your business model, do join us for our Pre-Accelerator program that we will be closing in 2 more weeks. Please make sure that you register yourself before 19th February, and you can at the same time also have the information through the QR code and also the bit link. So that's all from us in this morning. Thank you again,
Thank you.
Oretha, and also
Yeah,
for
thank
those who tune in with us today. We talk
Yeah.
about the recording. Before I forgot, our first video with the Shift Asia has been released. So you can go through it on the YouTube or 137 Ventures YouTube channel has pinned it. You can also access to it in our social media, Instagram or Facebook. We have been sharing it. So yeah, we can have time to spend time to listen to what Pikachu and Ronnie shared about our program.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy Chinese New Year in advance
Yes,
for those
happy
who are
Chinese New Year.
celebrating.
Yeah.
Yes. And happy holiday for those who are not celebrating, but you can enjoy your break.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Be safe.